We're going to talk about the Eddie Hall conspiracy. Liam, tell me right now, it's already catching fire. What is the Eddie Hall conspiracy?
Man, you know how to garner an audience, my friend. Eddie Hall, I think, is a genius. A genius. Okay, so not only are we talking about the world's strongest man here, we are talking about a guy who understands social media better than any other when it comes to promoting himself, his brand, and what it is that he's trying to do in following an audience, getting an audience to follow him. One thing that happened recently, Eddie went to train with Tom Aspinall, and he was sparring with a very tall heavyweight called Mindaugas, and Mindaugas drops him with a head kick. You know, a crazy scene when you see two giant guys of that size, and Eddie Hall hitting the canvas. You know, you're talking
the 6'7" Russian head kick. Yeah, ridiculous.
Yeah, you're talking a couple 100 kilos of dude hitting the canvas. Okay, and I have a hot take on that. I think Eddie Hall is incredibly smart, and I think that might have been contrived. I think Eddie Hall knows what he wants as the thumbnail. I think Eddie Hall knows exactly what he's doing, and I also don't think Eddie Hall would be cool with you dropping him with a head kick just without any any thought process behind it. So I think that Eddie Hall might have set that up so that he knows that he can get views.
Well, I absolutely love a good conspiracy, because let's break this down, right? Dude, I was training next door, and I was doing my bench press. I set up, I look over, and I see the head kick. I was like, dude, I watched that yesterday. I'm like, man, the head kick is getting everywhere. It went super viral.
Absolutely.
When I hear people talk about that head kick, what I often hear them say is, what a brilliant dude, like, who's so honest and modest that, dude, he's just releasing his training footage out there. He doesn't care. And the amount of props he's gotten for it. If it wasn't a strategic thing, oh my gosh, like, how beneficial it's been to release. Because we talk about training footage a lot, right? How amazing that's done for him. That, like, he got the balls to say, you know what? I win in public, I also lose in public.
Yeah.
He's gained a lot from that. When I watch the head kick, though, because, you know, we do sparring in the gym here and stuff, you do think, like, if you've got a guy that, yes, is very dangerous, you're telling guys, look, don't be a bleed, you know, don't be throwing ridiculous head kicks to knock them out. Like, he's like a day one MMA fighter. Like, any coach, especially at the heavyweight champion of the world's gym, is going to say, don't be a numpty and head kick him. Take it serious and just touch him. Because when you watch the other fights, they're very measured. He's actually putting the pace on some of the guys. So it just didn't make any sense to me that this Russian guy, and I don't believe the English barrier argument for 1 second, would just throw a head kick. I just thought it was odd to me to see that.
Yeah, I mean,
well, you're a coach. Tell me, like, if you had a heavyweight champion in your gym, and you had a celebrity coming in who is dangerous, hadn't fought MMA before, and you had that kind of Russian bro, what are you saying to them, Lynn, before they step into the cage to spar?
well, I'm definitely saying don't throw head kicks.
Don't throw a Kalashnikov head kick. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, you're talking about a potential to really ruin your reputation as a gym.
The fight could be off.
Yeah. I mean, like, if this wasn't contrived, imagine how much this could damage the reputation of a guy like Mindaugas. You know, he could get the reputation of somebody who's, you know, a dick in sparring. It could damage his potential to fight in the future. And when you've got an audience like Eddie Hall, if you have, like, let me ask you a question, right? What percentage of people who are fans of someone do you expect to be just a little bit crazy? What percentage?
You're going to get like 1 to 5% on nuts.
Let's say we've got 1%. You've got 1 million people. You've got like 10,000 people who are going to be outraged that you head kicked at Eddie Hall. So
Exactly.
you could potentially be actually setting up an audience against a guy like Mindaugas here by releasing something like that. So in my mind, you've got to be weighing up the pros and cons of everything you're doing. And pro, enormously viral, you know, demonstration of humility. Forget all of the other things, right? The number one point is the massive virality of this. And if it wasn't for Eddie Hall's catalog, I know he did something with Niall Wilson where he had him wear a body protector and he threw his body punch and it lifted Niall clean off the floor, and he had his thumbnail, and last time I checked that video, it was like 8 million views.
Yeah.
He knows how to play the game, bro, you know?
He does. And Eddie Hall went to my high school. He was a couple of years above in high school. I remember seeing him when I was
Taught him everything he knows, yeah.
11 years old. I said, listen, man, you better start deadlifting, bro. So the thing is, though, like, I respect the hustle. I love the fact that they're going in to fight that, and he is a super athlete, and it's amazing. But I don't know. I mean, like, when I watch the video and I look at the reactions, I'm like, that looks real, right? I mean, like, the reactions are real. He says, bloody hell, no one told me he had a left leg. Like, yeah, okay. But I mean, but it looks real. It looks authentic.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, I've recently started to, like, Moist Critical Online does these videos where he talks about these videos that happened and they turn out to be fake. And I've seen so many things online now that you would just honestly swear are so real. And then when it says, oh, no, it was all contrived. I think, like, there's never been more fake. I'm not saying it's fake at all, but I'm just saying, in general, there's never been more fake content online than there is right now. There was the example of an OnlyFans model who faked, I'm not comparing this with Eddie Hall, by the way, but she basically faked a stalker who got a tattoo of her saying, I've been stalked, and it got millions and millions and millions of views, turned out to be completely fake. So, dude, I feel in general we have to ask the question. I'm not saying it is, but dude, it's a funny conspiracy.
Could it be like half and half? I mean, if you want a head kick to look real, maybe you just asked him to throw a super light head kick, bro. I mean, it didn't look like he tried to take his head off. It didn't, lose consciousness or anything. You can ask somebody like, no wearing shin guards, ask somebody like Midnight. And also, if you're going to take a head kick, it's best to know that the head kick's coming. So I'm firmly of the belief that if you're not expecting a head kick to come and it really catches you off guard when you're a heavyweight, like, you're probably going to take some real damage.
But I guess to play devil's advocate to the theory, if you knew a head kick was coming, I mean, do we have the footage? Like, did he have his hand up to protect from the head kick?
No.
Because I feel like if you knew it was coming, just instinctively, you would definitely bring up to protect yourself from that shot.
Does that get the views?
Does it get the views?
Does that get the views?
I mean, I would have done the Volkanovski, have it here and have it like bounce off the top of my head type of thing. If I was faking it, that's what I would have done. So
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about giant people here. Is like asking a heavyweight to place a head kick is tough. It's tough. But we'll never know.
We'll never know. We'll never know.
Eddie, come on this podcast, lad. Tell us.
Tell us, man.